Et salut à tous, c'est Nico, j'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui on se retrouve sur Dragon Quest 11 pour continuer la quête, la suite de l'histoire. Donc on s'est arrêté là parce que j'avais un petit problème de disque dur. Mais bon, maintenant le problème est résolu, donc on reprend exactement où on en était à la fin de l'épisode précédent. Allez, bonne vidéo.
Do I smell fresh meat? It's been a while. Well then, I need to make you nice and miserable before I devour your... Such pain. Such anguish. I am helpless, powerless, bound by the chains of regret.
Yes, well, of course. We've been waiting a long time.
King Erwin, it is a great honor to be invited to celebrate this most special...
The birth of your son and heir is a source of great joy and happiness to us all.
Thank you. Thank you. Aye, this is a momentous day for Dundrasil. I am truly humbled to be lucky enough to celebrate it with you all. My dear Sultan, King Gustav, allow me to welcome you both to Dundrasil.
The honor is all ours, King Erwin. Truly, it has been far too long. 1,000 thanks for preparing such lavish festivities. Though, of course, we are not here merely to celebrate. Today's colloquy of kings shall determine the fate of Erdrea for generations to come. I, for one, mean to see that my people's interests are well represented.
It is the first time the rulers of the four kingdoms have ever gathered under one roof, you know. But the reason itself is a momentous one, of course.
Indeed it is. Thank you once again for agreeing to meet so readily. Now, I have some final preparations to make before we convene the colloquy. I will come and fetch you when we're ready to begin. Guards, I don't suppose any of you have seen King Carnelian?
Yes, sire. King Carnelian is walking the grounds with Lord Robert, sire.
King Carnelian, Lord Robert, I will be convening the colloquy shortly, if you'd like to make ready.
Lord Robert informs me that the boy bears the mark. That he is the luminary reborn.
That's right, aye. I've decided to present him to you all at the colloquy. The sight of so many people gathered to celebrate his birth has brought home to me how important he is.
I'll save it for the meeting, Owen.
Don't take it to heart, laddie. The fate of all Erdrea hangs in the luminary now. Right, it's nearly time. Why don't you go and fetch the wee one?
He's so tiny. Can I touch him, Lady Eleanor? I promise I'll be careful.
I think he likes you, Jade. He wants to play. He's a very special boy, but I just hope he grows up to be like his father. That he can help people to overcome their problems.
I hope he grows up to be nice and kind like you, Lady Eleanor. King
The colloquy's about to start, Eleanor. Will you hand me the wee one? All right, wee man. Let's go and talk to some scary old men, shall we? Don't worry. Daddy'll look after you.
Oh, Erwin. You don't need to hold on to him so tight. Would you look at it thundering away out there? And on such a special day, too. It's making me feel uneasy.
Come on now, Eleanor. There's nothing to worry about.
And what about me?
Hey, you don't need me to protect you, Jade. You've got... Right. We better get this meeting started. I'll see you later, Eleanor.
Good luck.
This child, he is the one?
He bears the mark. There's no mistaking it. Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, black night endeth.
The final poem in the Book of Erdwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes, bringing eternal peace to the world. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Erdrea is under threat.
The kingdom of Svardsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnut with it.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark. Which brings us to a reason for gathering here today.
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But now that the Luminary is among us, the balance can be restored, the peace can be maintained.
You believe that the presence of the Luminary will ensure that peace. Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Erdwin contains another poem
It does. The very first poem. The prophecy. World tree's gift, first of many. Bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the Dark One, bleak.
What are the two of you implying? That the Luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One?
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the Luminary may well...
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the Luminary isn't a force for good?
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take him. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late.
What are you trying to...
The star sings at night, you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdrea's destruction.
King Gustav is right.
Don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. As the leaders of this world, we owe it to our people to root out even the slight... even when that source is painfully close to home.
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son. My own flesh and blood.
Something happened. Not long before the child was born. A great, blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed at night we saw that same light on the... The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the darkness. He was sent to drive it out. Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the Luminary is a gift.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, If you had shown even a witless conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care. The Luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how strongly you believed. Your face.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his destiny. We must confer upon the Luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian. Everyone.
Very good. The most pressing item on our...
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the Luminary to his adoring public.
Thank you, King Carnelian. My friends, I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now, there... What is it?
You must flee the palace.
We're under attack. Everyone, we have to get out of here now.
They have come in force. Lord Robert and I will keep them at bay. Take Eleanor.
But King Carnelian, this is...
You need not fret on my behalf.
Thank you.
Bon, bah, c'est pas mal, on en apprend un peu plus sur l'histoire.
King Erwin, there you are. We was...
You're alive. Oh, thank the heavens.
Never mind that now. No matter what happens, I will get you out of here. We should be able to get out through here.
presence. Give him to me. There can be no escape.
Just you try and...
The monsters are everywhere. What are we going to do, Erwin?
If they've made it this far around the castle, they must have the place surrounded. We'll have to use the tunnels. This way. I think this was... Quickly, in we go, before the monsters find us. Time to make a break for it. I'll deal with him. Get out of...
But Erwin...
Run!
All right, you despicable.
And stay down. King Carnelian? King Carnelian? What in the... Who are you? What do you think you're doing? Your man.
Erwin, is that you? What happened?
You're all right. Thank goodness. Jade's with Eleanor and the wee one, Your Majesty.
I see. Good. I shall send my forces after them.
Your Majesty...
The bloodline of the Luminary ends here.
King Carnelian? Sire. Forgive me. I was unable to find you. King Erwin.
I had no choice. He came at me, and if Queen Eleanor has absconded with the Luminary.
Surely not. Whatever would possess them to commit such acts?
The birth of the child has put them both under great pressure. It has also caused the coming of the monsters. Perhaps the coming of the Luminary does bring... Yes! I see now! He is not our savior. He is the harbinger of the night to come. The child of evil! The dark spot. He must be found and dealt with. The peace of Erdrea must not be permitted to collapse.
Sire.
No. Someone, please. King Carnelian must be stopped, or the world will be plunged into darkness. Eleanor, please.
I am the Gloomnivore. And this one's misery is just exquisite. Which is why I've been drawing out his torture for all these years. But even the most fabulous feasts must come to an end. How does your despair compare, I wonder? Give yourself to misery. This is your most painful memory. The darkest, tenderest recess of your soul. Yes. You could not protect your friends. Wallow in it,
Can you hear me? Please, you must listen. There is a light inside you. It is waiting. Biding. Now is that time. You are the luminary. You must conquer the darkness. You must shine.
This light is...
What's happening?
You're back with us, laddie.
This light... disgusting.
This is the beast responsible for King Erwin's suffering. We must defeat it and...
Eh ben, ça s'annonce un beau combat, ça encore.
No matter. Your screams of agony will surely wet.
Je crois que ça va être le premier combat où je vais galérer, je pense. Bon, bah, on va enlever que la moitié de sa vie. Hein. Waouh, waouh, waouh. Bon bah voilà, on va arrêter ici, on va XP un peu plus pour le prochain épisode, histoire d'essayer d'aller rebattre le monstre et puis voir la suite de l'aventure. Moi je vous dis à très vite et puis bah à bientôt.